Welcome to the Weekend Review. It's been another busy and at times controversial weekend in the Premier League, and with us to review all the action and major talking points, Dion Dublin, Tim Sherwood and Chris Foy. Both Liverpool and Manchester City had tight games on Saturday. City at home to Southampton in a moment, after we've seen Aston Villa against Liverpool with Ian Dowie and Ian Crocker.
To do, not panicking if they do go down. They've got so many quality players. They're patient, and you know, when you've got squads like that, they know they've got every chance of winning a game, no matter who they're playing against. Leave it to the players to do it. I'm not going to rant and rave.
Yeah.
Leave it to the players.
They've got a game plan, have they? They know what they do. They've got full belief in each other as players. I mean, the firepower both clubs have, you know, it's just like time. Our time will come. We'll get a chance. We will take it. I think Man City are a little bit more patient. I think they continue to play the same way. Liverpool go from a million miles an hour to a zillion miles an hour and just keep lumping that ball into that penalty area, and sooner or later they get a chance. But Mane is so important to them at the moment. The goals, what he's come up with, you know, late into games, he's a driving force at the moment. He possibly is the most important player for Liverpool at the moment.
Yeah. Absolutely. So there's the top two at the moment. So actually, Leicester could be second, of course. If Leicester beat Arsenal, they will be second.
Is that Leicester?
Before the big
Leicester?
game. Leicester.
Leicester.
Hey, only about 3-4 years ago, we talked about Leicester winning the league, which, of course, they did. Just before we get on and have a look what happened later on, points won from losing positions. This is really interesting this season. Liverpool and Leicester up there as well. Liverpool have won 10 points from losing positions this season, and Leicester 7. Wolves, Arsenal and Tottenham complete. And it started with Robertson, the left-back. I don't think we thought that Robertson would necessarily be the man who pops up at the back post, but you can see him waving, can't you, Tim? Give it to me. My runner hasn't tracked me.
Yeah, it comes late, but it's that man, Mane, again. I mean, he just pulls all the strings. Great ball off his left foot. I mean, that's a Dion Dublin one. Your eyes will have lit up there, Dion. I mean, as that's coming over the top of the fullback there, Robertson knows that's hitting him on the head. There's a question mark whether the goalie should come for the cross, but it's so flat. You know, the cross has got the pace on it. He just sticks it full on his forehead, and he has no chance to react and save that. Look at his reaction, though. They're not satisfied. You know, they're back in the game. There's only a few minutes left. You
see Robertson's reaction. Doesn't really celebrate. That's 87 minutes.
Let's get back.
Let's get back. We've got time to win it.
Full belief they're going to win it. And
you know, as a fullback, you know, the fullback has what we call close the back door. Don't let anything go through. That's what he's done, Robertson, there. And I'm pretty sure Trent would have done the same thing. Get in that far post, keep it all alive for us, gets himself a goal.
That was a good header. That was a very good header. This is an exceptional header, the winner, isn't it, from Mane?
Yeah, I mean, this is so difficult to do. He comes from a melee in the middle of the box, middle of a 6-yard box, but he just gets a little bit of space. And because the corner, it's not a great corner, but there's lots of pace on it, all he has to do is guide it towards goal. Just get ahead on it. It's an amazing
But the timing
finish.
has to be right, because Tim was saying in the commentary, look how far past the near post he's run.
So when you go beyond the near post, you have to put the exact amount of weight on the header to make sure it goes towards goal. Too much, it's going to go near post. Too little, it's going to go far post. Perfect header.
When he glances it, you see us at the back post. The man who comes on has saved them for many, many times. Divock Origi. If he could try and get that, he would have put his toe on that. He has got a goal instinct in him as well. So the firepower for both of these sides is incredible.
Little bit of a grenade dropped after the game ahead of the match at Anfield this weekend by Pep Guardiola, saying that Sadio Mane goes down a little bit too easily. Here's an example of the sort of thing that he was talking about. Chris Foy is with us as well. Chris, what do you say about that?
Well, it's a potential penalty, so he was cautioned, isn't it? It's one or two ways. Did he dive, or was it a penalty? So VAR would check that. I think John Moss, the referee, there's a little bit of contact, but the way he goes down is very theatrical. If you look at that. And is he trying to deceive the referee? Yeah, I think he is. And the on-field decision's correct, and he was quite rightly cautioned. I think that's a dive.
And what about Pep saying that ahead of the weekend?
Well,
just putting it in the mind of whoever the referee
We always get the mind
be.
games, don't we? We always get the mind games before these sort of matches.
So it reminds me of Sir Alex and Arsene Wenger, doesn't it, ahead of a big game like that?
I'm sure people will be monitoring it from afar.
He doesn't waste any words, does he, Pep? No. When he talks, there's an agenda on the end of it. Always. He's got his mind. He knows he cannot lose this game next week. 9 points is too much. He knows with the quality of Liverpool, they have to win this game next weekend.
You think they have to win? I mean, draw's not the end of the world.
Not the end of the world, but I believe Pep would be telling them boys
that they need to win.
We have to win. He's not going there for anything else, but just to win. He has to win the game. That, in his head, boys, we have to win this game.
Yeah.
You know, let's make it as easy as we possibly can to catch these.
Should we talk about straight lines? Should we talk about straight lines?
We talk about crosshatch.
What's going on? What is, Chris? The floor is yours.
Well, what we've got here is what we got a non-subjective decision. Isn't it? You can't be a little bit offside. You're either offside or you're onside, and of course a goal scored. So we're going to check this, and you'll see the lines appear 3D, which we didn't have last season. And Firmino, just part of his chest was fractionally offside. Crikey, I think it's just millimetres, but
Has that line moved?
not from where I'm sitting. Mind you, was a ref.
That would actually be his shirt, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be his chest.
Any part of your body you can score with. So
Well, I suppose it's
tight.
almost where it's shoulder. You can score with your shoulder,
you
can't you?
It's this part of your chest. I mean, we're talking millimetres, but it's factual, isn't it? There's no debate with it. Dion's looking
But
at me now.
there is a margin of error in there, isn't there? There has to be a margin. There's a little bit of margin of error in the technology, isn't there?
There is, but what they're doing is they're using the best technology that's available to them at the time, and that's what we saw on Saturday. But crikey, it was tight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's. Did the linesman give that?
Yeah, the linesman
The
gave it.
linesman gave
I
it,
think you
yeah.
could see the linesman going just. I may be wrong. I think he actually said just.
Just.
Are you happy with what happened there?
Offside's offside, isn't it? I suppose. I don't want it to be. But I think if we're going to use VAR to give us offside or no offside, then we have to go with what it shows.
I only asked the question because it's so tight and there is a margin of error.
Yeah.
I mean, who gets the benefit of the doubt?
The big thing with it, last year, that would have been allowed, wouldn't it? Because we didn't have the 3D, where we didn't get the top part where we can look at the vertical lines.
Yeah.
Tight.
No, it is tight. And I don't want to see things like that, you know, being offside. Because it's a great goal, great ball, great goal. But if we are trying to accept VAR and what it's going to do for us, if it's getting it right, then, you know, we go with it.
I think we just got to rely on the fact that is the technology correct?
Yeah.
And the people operating it, are they qualified to be able to do so?
Yeah.
Because they're referees. I mean, they're not scientists, are they?
No, but the people who put the sort of lines on the crosshatch are technology people. They're not the referees. So they do use technical people within the hub, which is upstairs in this very building.
You learn something every day.
You do, yeah. I mean, we thought we had a tight one with that Leicester-Tottenham one, but that is the tightest we are going to get, full stop.
Absolutely.
So Liverpool got over the line. Manchester City as well, 1-0 down for a long time. 70 minutes. Aguero, who'd headed one over a little bit earlier, and Dion Dublin wants to have a word with him about his heading technique. But this one, I mean, look how, Tim, I'm counting. There must be 7 Southampton players within 8 yards of their goal.
Tim,
the
pass is great, isn't it?
He knows Kyle Walker. He knows what sort of cross he's got in the locker. And instinctively he knows, just to watch him pull himself away, just a yard, there. Why is it always him who pulls himself a yard and gets the ball on his foot to tap it into the net?
Yeah.
It's no luck. It's instinct. It's a smell. It's a sense what he has, Dion. He's just an incredible striker. Possibly one of the best strikers we've ever seen in the Premier League. And still going.
Yeah. I'd have to back that up. He's probably one of the best the Premier League's ever seen. Just because he does... He goes back to the training ground. He just does it really simple.
Yeah.
They've all dropped in. There's no space between the back four and the keeper, so I'll just go this way a little bit.
And there's not much space there, though, either, is there?
Not much space.
So it's
a
almost
fantastic
behind him,
ball.
isn't it? It's so tight, that area, that Walker's got to fire it into.
Exactly.
It's almost behind Aguero.
But what he's done, if he says, if I go in this position and the ball gets through that gap, I will score.
Yeah.
So all he's done is the ball's come through at a really high pace, and he's literally just left his foot there.
Yeah.
And he's gone, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But he knows, doesn't he? He knows Kyle Walker. He trains with him every day and he learns off him. And if it was De Bruyne, he might have took up another position.
Yeah.
He's just clever. I mean, it's no luck. I mean, the boy is just a genius.
Walker with the assist, and then Walker with the winner. Kyle Walker, unlikely hero, with the winner at the back post. That's Højbjerg at the back post, Tim. You think is slightly on his heels a little bit? Maybe he's thinking McCarthy's going to get a better punch on
I mean,
that.
you could tell by his reaction there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's brilliant from Walker. He knows it's late in the game. Doesn't normally get himself that far forward. But like, he just switches off here. Body shape's all wrong. McCarthy gets just a little flap on it. And that's a good finish because he's got to watch and he's got to adjust. Because McCarthy gets his hand on it. And Walker just adjusts himself off his wrong foot. And knows he just has to make contact. And there is the celebration. I think it's largely due to a little confrontation.
Because obviously
the ball
Southampton
back
wouldn't give the ball back earlier, would they? And now Pep's go on then, play on.
No, there's the ball. You didn't give it to me, but I'm happy to give it to you. You carry on.
Yeah.
We've done what we needed to do. All our stuff's been done on the pitch.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very. I think with Liverpool and City, what you get is when they are down, which is very rare, they were at the weekend, what happens is, as players, you go, right, listen, this is what we've got to do to get back into it. Yeah. And then you look over at the bench. Your managers, or should I say these two managers, are very, hey, just keep playing.
Keep playing.
Don't worry, they don't panic. And therefore your team don't panic because you know you've got the quality to turn it around. It all comes from these two.
Oh, can't wait for this weekend already.
Brilliant.
I mean really fantastic.
It's set up, isn't it? It's excellent. I mean, both of them are going to be slugging it out, toe to toe. There's not one manager here looking to destroy. No. They're not worried about each other's game. They've got trust in their ability. They all trust each other in the dressing room.
Great
I think from Pep's point of view, you'll need a couple of key players back fit.
Yes.
Maybe in the defensive areas, which will help them out. Liverpool look like they're firing all cylinders.
Liverpool will be thinking, knockout punch, as you said, if we can beat City, we're 9 clear after 12 games.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I just think at this present time, I think Liverpool have just got the edge in the way that they are playing, the way that they are getting the job done. And I think Tim's right. I think if there's a weakness City have, it's just they haven't got a regular centre-half pairing, which is what you need to have in order to crack on and win the title. Liverpool have.
Big day for the man in the middle.
There he is.
And the men upstairs.
Absolutely.
And the technicians.
We'll find out at 4 o'clock who it is.
4 o'clock today? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Breaking news.
Who would you give it to? Who do you think should have it?
Me.
Whoever